we're talking about Kybella, do you have that turkey neck? Do you have that fullness, the fatty tissue under the chin? So that's the thing that none of us love. We don't want to see this. We work out every day and we're not getting rid of it. Even if it gets a little better by losing weight, we still end up with this if you put 1 or 2 pounds on. And that's called a submental fat. And that's what we're discussing. I'll let you know ways you can get rid of it, what it actually is, and the treatment for Kybella double chin. Kybella. What is Kybella? Kybella is an acid that's made to break down and dissolve the fat under the chin. Now, this can also dissolve fat other parts of the body. Now we're discussing just the double chin. It's a man-made acid that once it dissolves the fat, it allows your body to then resorb or eliminate that fat from under the neck. Kybella deoxycholic acid, wonderful product for this process. Is this better than surgical removal of the fatty tissue? This yes and no. Kybella, before the age of 40, yes. After the age of 40, you may start to have some turkey neck. We don't want that turkey neck. We don't want loose skin under the neck. And therefore, if you're considering doing your Kybella deoxycholic acid to remove this fat, you better do it now. Don't wait until you're 35, 38, or 40. You want to make sure that the skin bounces back nice and tight under your chin. If that happens, then you have a wonderful treatment. If you wait until after 40 years old, 38, 40, 42, you'll find that residual skin will occur. In terms of surgical removal of the fatty tissue, surgical removal is really just kind of scraping the fat cells from below the dermis and hoping to get a nice smooth result. This can happen, but the likelihood that it's better than Kybella is not so. So Kybella will always give you a much smoother removal of the fatty tissue under the neck. So we spoke about the 40th birthday and Kybella under the chin. Now let's talk about fatty tissue other parts of the body, right? That nice chunky little fatty tissue under the armpit, we call it the bra fat, the armpit underarm bra fat. Any little pouch of fat that's away from major nerves can definitely be dissolved with Kybella deoxycholic acid. All this takes is strategic injections of this product under the dermis, under the skin, into the fatty tissue. So what happens when we do this? First, you're going to experience some pain. It's going to be some discomfort. The discomfort is a sustained discomfort for about 30 seconds, 1 minute, then it drops. And then there's consistent soreness for a couple of days. There's also swelling that can occur, whether it's here or here. That swelling can last 3 to 4 days, or it can last up to 2 to 3 weeks. It depends upon the individual. That's why there's a best time to do Kybella and the worst time to do Kybella. Summer months, you're on the beach, you don't want to have Kybella treatments done. You don't want that, you don't want this. Wintertime will always be the better time to do the Kybella treatments. Now, let's also look at what occurs if we're doing Kybella to other parts, for example, the banana roll. So the banana roll is that little strip of fat below the buttocks. And every single time, one side have a larger banana roll than the other. I like to call it, one side is the plantain roll, the other side is the banana roll. So that tissue can also be dissolved if it's strategically done well with an aesthetic specialist. You're gonna have a nice reduction in that banana roll that gives or maintains that curvy shape. Many times, even if you don't think you have a banana roll, stand 90 degrees to your mirror. And if the back of your leg looks like it connects to your buttocks almost in a continuous line, then you have a banana roll. It may not bulge, but it's there. And if in fact you want that shape coming all the way, hitting the back of the thigh and coming down, then Kybella is for you to remove the subgluteal, not the subgluteal, but the sub-buttocks. And it's above the gluteal muscle. So that sub-buttocks fatty roll can definitely be removed with Kybella. Remember, you're going to have some swelling, just going to be discomfort. You're not going to be able to sit unless it's uncomfortable. But eventually it goes away and the treatment works well. What's another downside to Kybella? Well, it's going to take 2 to 3 to sometimes 4 sessions depending on what needs to be done. If I am working on the double chin, many times I may also contour the double chin to give a better looking jawline. And this can be achieved again with strategic placement of that product, that acid, in particular places that gives you a nicer outline to your jaw. So we can literally carve and sculpt and create the type of body we need. Now, we do work out, if you do work out and you really work out hard to remove some of these fatty tissue areas, no amount of working out is going to remove the genetically predisposition to having a double chin. So you could be skinny with a double chin. These are the areas, and this is the purpose for removing that fat when it's just stubborn fat. Now, where's the last place of the stubborn fat that we have, or a few other places? We have the back road, we have the front of the tummy, that little tiny beer belly, or that frontal pouch that women complain of. These are areas that are so large that you really don't want to put Kybella there. And why? The discomfort, the swelling, and just the amount of times you have to do it is just way too much to remove. So Kybella is much better for small. Take your 4 fingers, and if your fatty pouch is within those 4 fingers, here or here, then that's a good treatment for Kybella. If it's larger than those 4 fingers, then it's not the best treatment. Then surgical removal, which is liposuction, would be the better case for you. If it's small areas, don't waste money on huge surgical procedures just to remove it. Surgical procedures have a lot of side effects and issues that can occur and permanent damage. Kybella can also cause some permanent damage if it's not done well.